Welcome to the first episode of the Heights Garage's Shop Talk. No, it's not the 1 minute video podcast that you may have seen on Instagram or on TikTok. This is our longer formatted podcast. Reason being, we want to be able to answer all the questions you guys have, or most of them. And it's kind of hard to do that, to get all that information in a small video. So we've been sitting on this idea that we wanted to have a podcast where we have guests come on, people in the automotive industry, people, car enthusiasts, things like that, and get their opinion on different subjects and different topics in this industry, anywhere from maintenance to the best tools or how to get into a shop. Should you be going to school first or just diving head first into the automotive industry? We want to be able to touch bases with everybody, whether you're a backyard tinker, the seasoned mechanic, or just someone interested and wants to get their own hands dirty and get a job done on their own without having to go into a shop. We want to cover all that. We want to be able to reach out to anybody that has a question, and that's what we believe this podcast will be able to do. Like I said, we want to get different people on all different levels in this in this industry, and it should be fun. I mean, at the end of the day, we just love talking about cars. I mean, I've been in this industry for about 5 years. I went to the East Los Angeles College. I did their automotive technology program, finished it in about 2 years, 2.5 years, however long it took. Did their 5-week courses, so that was it was a little hard. I was in school for Monday through Friday for about 5 hours every day. At that time, I was working at Weber's Auto Parts. Shout out to Weber's Auto Parts. They're now part of Napa. They got that Napa know-how, that Weber's know-how. If you've ever been in Montebello on Whittier and 6th Street, you've seen Weber's Auto Parts. It's right there by the Alondras. Go there. Even though they're part of Napa, all the guys are still there. They're very knowledgeable. They're cool guys, and pretty good prices. So so I was working there once I finished the program, and I didn't even get my associate's degree. If I'm being completely honest with you, I technically don't physically have my certificates, because you still gotta pay for that. Even when it's done, you get like your transcripts, you send it to like the head of the department, which was Mr. B. Shout out to Mr. B. If you were in the automotive technology program at ELAC, you know who he is. That dude's pretty scary. So, yeah. Shout out to Mr. B. He had to sign it off, and then someone else in another department had to sign it off, and then you wait, and then you get your different certificates in the mail. And I just decided, you know what, do I really need that? When I applied at the Firestone Complete Auto Care, they didn't necessarily ask for that. I was just, hey, I graduated, and it was fine. So after I left the program, like I said, got a job at the Firestone Complete Auto Care. It was a good job. It was a good entry-level job. I mean, even if you want to build a career there, you really can. We had a guy there that I worked with. He was with the company for 22 years. And, yeah, he was very knowledgeable. Dude basically ran the shop. Hey, Caesar, I don't know. Can you help me out with this, or how do I do this? So, did that for about 2.5 years, and then I landed the job that I currently have, which I will not be telling y'all where I work. But I'm an alignment tech, mechanic, whatever you want to call it. I do alignments on semi-trucks, big rigs. This company that I work for, we work on heavy duty trucks, cars, things, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, it's been fun. Everything's a learning experience. You just keep getting better and better, and you hope you don't break too much stuff, because you're always going to break something. And that's the point of this podcast. We're going to be here to let you know the mistakes we've made without shame, or with shame, because sometimes it is pretty embarrassing, and we're going to relay that message to you guys. This is what we learned, or it's going to happen. It's bound to happen. Don't worry about it. It happens to everybody, and it's going to be funny. We're going to laugh about it, and then we're going to move on, because that's what you got to do. Just got to keep on going. So that's pretty much my story. That's what it is. Me and my brother decided, we were like, hey, it's always been my dream. Not, I can't even say always been my dream, but I have wanted to have my own shop. I mean, who doesn't? When you get into cars, you see the TV shows or you watch the YouTube channels and you're like, man, that would be cool. Because that's all we really want, right? We just want to be able to hang out, go to work, get paid to hang out with our homies, hang out with our friends, with the boys, and just work on cars, talk about cars, get our hands dirty, not necessarily have a care in the world, build something with our bare hands and make it go fast. And so that's still mine and my brother's dreams to this day. But obviously there's a lot of hurdles to jump over and stuff like that. So we were like, all right, well, let's start up this brand. Let's start up our brand. So, and that's what it is, the Heights Garage. If you want to head over and support us, head over to theheightsgarage.com. Get yourself a shirt. Show your support for our brand, for this podcast. And follow us on Instagram at The Heights Garage. Follow us on TikTok at The Heights Garage. And guess what? You can even follow and like us on Facebook at The Heights Garage. But yeah, we decided to make the brand. And then now we're branching out into other things like this podcast. And we hope this goes well. We hope everybody listening enjoys it. And we hope we just to continue to have fun with it. I mean, this is cool. Who doesn't? Who in this industry doesn't want to just talk about cars, right? What's going on, all the new technology going on, happening, all the new cars coming out, all the different things that the car that the car companies are doing. It's all so much, and we just want to go over all of it. This industry is rapidly changing, and at times it seems like it's hard to keep up, but we're seasoned professionals, I guess you can say, and we're gonna keep up with it as much as we can. And again, if you guys have any questions, for sure, don't be afraid, to comment, message us, DM us on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Or if you guys have any, ideas for an episode, we did do this a couple times for the Instagram podcast, the 1 minute podcast, and we got good reviews. But that also just it just showed that we needed a longer podcast format, because it's hard to get answering those questions. One of them was, you can see the episode, it was like OEM versus aftermarket parts, and it's like, oh man, this is a good question. It's a very good topic, but it's like you got to be a little bit more specific. We did a general one, and it was just kind of like, it's really all preference, if you have the money for this and you think. But at the end of the day, it's like, well, what are you doing with it? If it's just a simple maintenance thing, like you need your brakes changed, then yeah, by all means go to AutoZone. You don't necessarily have to go to the dealership and drop a whole bunch of money on some brake pads and rotors. No, just go to AutoZone, get that Duralast. Boy, they're built to last, you feel me? But then it's like, all right, cool, if you want something bigger, I don't know, like an interior piece or like a hood or something, then it's like, well, I don't know, I guess, yeah, go OEM. You want that little Toyota badge on it, you want people to know that you ballin' or something like that. It's just so much going into a couple of these questions. They're very loaded, and it's hard to answer on just this like 1.5 minute podcast. And then I gotta talk fast, and I'm like running out of breath, and like, oh man, take 2, take 3. That's another thing, there's so many takes. If you go through my phone, it's just a bunch of videos of me looking like an idiot trying to answer these questions. And I'm not saying we don't like it and it's not fun, because it is, but it's just, if we can do it in a longer format, why not? If we can just get our ideas out at that very moment, try and just be done with it, cool, even better. And that's what we hope to do with this podcast. We hope you guys enjoy it. We hope you guys enjoy this first little filler episode. You'll get to know us. You'll get to know what our brand is. Again, if you want to support us, head over to theheightsgarage.com. Pick yourself up something nice. Pick your car guy, car girl, car person up something nice. And as always, keep a Boyle Heights built.